Hey guys, LV here. As you can see from the title, we're going to review an artist who I haven't reviewed in a while, and that is going to be of the artist Kyary Pamyu Pamyu, and we're going to be reviewing her 11th single, "Mon da Girl." Hopefully I said it right. As usual with my videos, this review was requested. It was requested by the YouTube user Niall Space, so thank you very much for requesting this, and I do hope that you and other Kyary fans out there enjoy what I have to say on this. So let's get started. Initially, this was a song that didn't do much for me in the beginning, but after a couple of listens, it has grown into an okay listen. As a whole, this song is quite entertaining. I just love those uses of those 80s filled synths and beats alongside this tune, and while that may not describe the best of Kyary's music, the section does introduce a certain pleasantness that I'm always looking for in her music. I will admit her vocals for this piece isn't entirely impressive, especially during this section, because I feel like this section doesn't really highlight them to their true potential at all. However, as we get further on into the song, I will admit that they do provide this fresh new sound based off the consistency within the melody as we get further down into the song. However, all of the good things that I did think did somewhat fall apart when we reach this chorus right here. And while the chorus isn't necessarily bad, it does sound eerily similar to all of the previous works that I have heard from her, which did make this listen somewhat disappointing to me. Yet despite that sad thought, I did come to appreciate the arrangement regardless, since it is for the most part mixed with her normal zaniness that we've all come to love. I consider this to be the more humorous side of the single, since the lyrics to it are quite cute. But despite that cuteness, I will admit that it is quite simple when analyzing the texture of the arrangement here, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad song. In fact, I did enjoy this fantasy-like structure it has to it, especially within these verses here. I feel like it highlights it to the best here, and the overall fluffy sounds within the chorus right here did make it sound really refreshing to me. But despite all those good things I can say about it, in the end, the song does seem to transform itself into something I don't remember much in the long run, and that there did sadden me over the overall feel of the song. Still, in some ways, this song did deliver, and I did enjoy those moments. In some ways, I really don't care for this song, and that's especially highlighted when we hear this first note right here. I just didn't really enjoy that part. However, in my opinion, this is a song that brings a bit more of a jazzy feel with its exposed brass lines and the piano melodies there. That's something I did enjoy about this song, despite the childish undertones that it does have to it. And while I will admit that I didn't enjoy the beginning vocals of this song, I do have to say that I really did enjoy how Kyary showed off the more creative side of her vocals in this track. I like how her vocals are just bouncing along this track. I thought it was really cool, while still maintaining that cute, fast-paced melody. However, after a while, I do feel that the song itself just drags itself dry, and that sometimes has me longing for it to end. I'm not gonna lie, it does incorporate those feelings within me. However, despite that negative aspect, I still thought of this as a rather nice track. It's nothing spectacular, but it is nice. For some bizarre reason, I originally thought that we were just going to get some extensions of her latest studio album, yet I will admit that I did find the appearance of this remix quite fine. As you guys already know, Candy has always been amongst my favorite songs from Kyary, but I will admit that hearing the actual remix of my favorite song was actually quite intriguing. In the beginning of this song, it seems to be going more slower than the original, and I didn't know what to think of that in the beginning. Before I can even get used to the overall texture of it, it just transformed into this rather techno-ish drive that completely sets the remix into a different tone. And while it isn't necessarily my most favorite remix in the world, I will say that it does have its interesting moments. While this single doesn't try to be anything new in Kyary's discography, I will admit that it wasn't the overall best single I've heard from her. Of course, like always with Kyary, the quirkiness and fun that these songs do designate do leave me with the feeling of positiveness. It's just, I feel like these songs, well, especially for this single, sounded too much alike, and that there is what ruined it for me completely. Still, while it isn't jaw-droppingly good as her previous singles, I still consider it to be a song that did do its job, so I'll give her credit there. So that was my review on Kyary Pamyu Pamyu's 11th single, もんだいガール. I do hope that every Kyary fan out there had a chance to enjoy what I had to say amongst this single, because while it wasn't necessarily a favorite single of mine, it did have its moments where the best of Kyary Pamyu Pamyu was highlighted, and that there did make it quite good for me. Once again, thank you guys for watching this video, and again, a special thanks to the YouTube user Niall for requesting this single. I do hope you and all the other Kyary fans out there enjoy what I had to say. So if anyone out there also has any requests they would like me to fulfill, just leave it in the comments below and I'll be sure to get to it eventually. Until next time, you guys, see ya!